What is up, YouTube? Team Dreadnought bringing you another D-Series deck profile. So there's not really any Bermuda content on the channel, and they're not really look interesting, so it's kind of why I didn't really cover Bermuda. But Lyrical looks rather interesting, especially in the context of D format currently. So we decided to build, I think, almost everything from the set, pretty much. So we'll start with what is probably the best deck in format. Generic starter. You can actually play anything, so it doesn't really require it. It's just like to fit the aesthetic of Loronerol. Goodbye. The grade 1 is when this unit is rode upon, you can search for a grade 1 order and put it in your order zone. If you put it from hand, draw a card. So the grade 1 order you're going to be playing and putting is just the one of in the deck called Romantic Happiness. It is when this song is placed, when the song is sung, you draw a card and give your Vanguard +5. I will explain what singing the song means when I get to the grade 3, but you just play one of it because it is not very good and not worth playing more of. The grade 2 is during your turn, if your order zone has a face-up song in it, this unit gets +5 on Vanguard, so she's just a good 15k attacker, so you can't be 15k'd easily on turn 2, which is good because you want to push in at least a little bit of damage. But when it's rode upon by the grade 3, you can choose a grade 2 song from your deck or hand and put it in the order zone, and you're playing just the Matter Red Runway. That effect is when it is placed in your order zone, if your opponent's grade 3, you draw 1 card. So if you went second, you place this from hand, you draw 2 cards. And then its second effect is when it's sung, your Vanguard gets a crit, which is really useful because Loronerol gains guard restrict. Last is the grade 3 in the red deck, Loronerol, and you play obviously 4 of it because it's a Persona Red. Its effect is Counterblast 1, choose a face-up song in your order zone and sing it. So singing it is just turning it face down and activating its when sung effect. Really solid. Your first turn, you just kind of sing it to gain a crit. Actually, your first turn, you sing it to gain the 5k and draw. And you just kind of try to use the grade 2, I'll explain later, to kind of get some cards and make sure your next turn is rather devastating. Its other effect is when it attacks, if you have 2 or more face-down order cards in your order zone, you may sing another song and get another singing effect. Plus, you can get guard restrict. They cannot call sentinels during this battle. Really solid. It hits pretty high with the order card I'll show you in 2 seconds. It's just a really good card. I think this is probably the best deck in format. In set 3, it's not even bad either, so I would definitely recommend investing in it. This set is just cheap overall right now, and I think this whole deck maybe is like $50. It's the most expensive one out of Lyrical. Felty's fun. There's a lot of decks that are fun in that set. So we'll be doing a bit of Lyrical content on the channel. The last order, and the reason why I think this deck is so just amazing, is 6 Flower Fractal. When it's played in the order zone, you can flip one of your order cards from face down to face up, meaning you can re-abuse the effect. It is not a mandatory effect. I learned that while testing. So it's pretty good. You don't have to place it. Your first one, you almost will never flip a card just because you want the effect. And then order zone. When this song is sung, choose one of your rear guards for each face-down order. Note that when you use this, it will not count itself because you're currently activating the effect. To standard rear guard, and then your Vanguard gains +10 for each rear guard stood. Remember, they can't guard that with Sentinels. And the only thing in D that are shield value is 15k triggers and the 20k front trigger, which you actually don't have access to in Lyrical, sadly, but I feel like next set I'll probably get that. This card is insane. It is multi-attack, is power to a guard restricting Sentinel restrictor. It's just amazing, and I can't speak about it enough. This is why this deck is so good. It's also, I think, all of, like, maybe $1. Next, I play 2 of the Candid Big Sister Audrey. It is during your turn, if you have an order card in your order zone, it gets +5, so it's a 13k attacker, and when you stand it, if you're on Persona Red, it's 23. It's just a decent attacker to stand off your 6 Flower Fractal. Another reason this deck is so insane is Elmer. When it's put on guard circle, you can Soul Blast 1, and it gets 5k shield for every card in your order zone. That thing gets pretty, like, stacked pretty fast. So if you have 4, it's a 25k shield. That's just bigger than anything in overDress. Like, it helps you really survive in the mirror match, because remember, you can guard Loronerol with these. It's just really good. A lot of things can't even really hit over the shield it gets, so it's 1 card guard for a lot of things, which is really amazing. Another really good card is Honest Council President Ekono. Is once a turn when she attacks, she gets +5. You sung a song this turn, then you can counterblast 1 and discard to draw 2. So this just finds you extra orders. Maybe you can discard 1 or 2 of the copy of the order just in case you don't need it. It's just really good because it allows you to draw cards, which obviously is good. And in overdress, you don't really have a lot of ways to find shields. This helps you find Elmers, helps you find triggers just to guard them. Helps a lot in the mirror match. Fighting Spirit on the grade 1s. Fighting Spirit Recharger? Recharge, Louisia. Or however you pronounce that name. When this unit boosts, if your Vanguard is Loronerol, and if it's on a song this turn, they're going to sing a song this turn, not Loronerol. It gets 5, and if it's in the back row center, it is a counter charger. So you can refund your Loronerol that turn and give it +5. That means it's an 11k booster because it's only a 6k. But again, that's off Persona Ride. That's 24. 34 off Persona Ride. That's not including the 6 fire +10. Remember, they can't PG that. Just a really solid, helpful counter charge. I can see you upping it to 3. I've thought about it, but I think 2 is fine for now. 2 Classy Breeze. I don't think that's her name. Harrietta. Almost said Harlot. During your turn, if your order zone has 2 or more order cards, it's a 13k booster / attacker. It's just helpful to stand off 6 flowers fractal. It's just a really solid card. Then just 4 PGs. Lyrical has so many. Just pick your favorite PG. Any PG is fine. Then for grade 0s, just to round it out, 1 overtrigger. Their overtrigger is actually really good. During this fight, when you check it for the additional effect, your whole board gets +10. All your order get +10. Whole fight, just during your turn. It's really good. Once again, all the overtriggers do the same thing. Pick your favorite art. I think none. I don't think any of them are over $1. 3 draws. Whatever draw you want. I just like the little ram thing. 4 heals. Once again, pick whatever heal you want. I'll probably end up changing this to the War Beast one just because it kind of fits the theme of the War Beasts. But whatever heal you want. I just had a TD. This is the critical, and you just play 8 crit. If we weren't for the restriction on triggers, you would just play 11. But these are my 2 favorite crits from the set. Once again, the crits have such a variety to play. You play whatever crit you want. They don't have effect triggers to the best of my knowledge right now. So sadly, but maybe in set 2. Once again, Lyrical's a set I really highly recommend investing in if you're going to play D. It's just always going to usually get support the 1 or 2 times per year. I can't remember the exact number. But it's always going to get decent support from what we can see. And like especially this deck, it's just really good. And any order card they give is just going to be really good. And right now, you're going to get your mileage out of this deck. Even in set 3 format, it's still the deck that's holding on the most. So I highly recommend building it. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, more videos. We'll be doing off Lyrical decks probably pretty hard over the next couple days, along with some V content, maybe some premium, depending on what time we get it.